Hi, Mike from the rural Montana family. Well, I got an email about an hour and a half ago, and now here I am. Got the welder and some other tools loaded, and I'm about to go on a 600-mile road trip. First thing we need to do is reset the trip meter. There we go. So trip A will be monitoring the total trip, and then we got here the since last charge that we can look at for our charging stops. And now I gotta get going, and I will tell you more as I'm driving. All right, so what's going on? The email I got came from our guest at the Cozy Cabin. They are checking out today, and the one bunk bed that we have was repaired before, but it broke again, so it wasn't a great repair, and so this time it needs to be done right. And we have more guests coming. We got a couple nights without guests there, so basically I would have like 3 days to do it, but I also gotta work again tomorrow. Gotta work a real job, right? So I gotta get there today, weld that bed, it's a metal frame, weld that frame, and get back home today, so that I can go to work tomorrow. And it's already past 11 now. It's 300 miles one way to get there. The car was charged to 75% because we charge basically for daily needs. That's what we do. And then if we go on a road trip, we charge to 100%. But these are usually planned road trips. This one is not planned. So I just set the charge limit higher as soon as I knew I would be doing this, and I gained another 6% or so. And well, we'll just deal with it. It's not a problem. But so first, well, I have to load up some tools in the welding machine, and since I gotta be welding inside the house, I also need a blanket, a welding blanket. And so I gotta still stop in at Harbor Freight in Missoula. They happen to have one. It's even on sale today, so I get a few dollars off. But yeah, I need that thing desperately. So now I'm driving to Missoula to get that blanket, and then I'll be going back on the interstate, which actually Harbor Freight is about 3 miles or 4 miles off the interstate, so it's quite a detour, and that may drop my state of charge enough that I don't necessarily feel comfortable attempting the trip to Butte. Well, now I can make it to Butte, and it's not uncomfortable. I just have to go slower. And I don't really want to go slower, let's put it this way. I want to go the speed limit, which is 80 miles per hour. So in order to go 80 miles per hour, we need usually 100% from here to make it there safely, that we have a little cushion. So even now that it showed us, I believe 8%, actually now it came up that I'm looking at it, it shows 11%. That's because we're going super slow right now. From our house to the interstate, there's a 35 mile an hour speed limit, so that always has a tendency to increase the estimated state of charge at arrival, but then it will drop rapidly again down to where it was, or even a little bit more as we're going 80 on the interstate. So now, all that said, going to Missoula, having to do the detour in Missoula, and then getting back on the interstate, if I probably want to keep the 80 mile an hour speed limit, to Butte, then I probably have to stop at the supercharger in Missoula and just get a few percent, not much. It will be relatively slow charging. That is one of the issues we have. So currently, actually on the screen, it's showing a regen limitation. So I can see about 1/4 of the line is dotted, and that means the battery is not anywhere near at temperature for fast supercharging. So it will be a slow supercharge, which kind of sucks. It's kind of toss up. What is faster, supercharging in Missoula or going slower driving to Butte? So not sure. Got a few miles to go. Got about 20 some miles to go now at this point to Missoula, so I can kind of make up my mind. I should navigate to the Missoula Supercharger, probably just because. And that's probably what I'm gonna do, is I'm going to cancel the navigation to the cozy cabin, and I'm gonna choose to navigate to the supercharger in Missoula. This way it will precondition the battery. That means it will warm up the battery relatively quick, and we could get a few percent in much quicker than without preconditioning. So that's probably the plan for now. So I'm about to get on the interstate here in about a mile or so, and then well, I'll probably see you in Missoula. We are about to get off here in Missoula. Sorry about the dirty windshield, but I'm a little bit in a rush today. So anyway, here is the exit we gotta take, and the Missoula Supercharger is just right on the other side of the interstate here. So, but we gotta go the other direction. But anyway, I changed the navigation to the supercharger here in Missoula, so it started preconditioning the battery. And the battery pack was pretty cold. The car was sitting probably 2 days since we got a holiday weekend. I don't think we used it Saturday and Sunday, and now it's Labor Day Monday, so yeah, I think it was sitting since Friday. Friday was the last time we used it. So the battery pack was pretty cold. It's been preconditioning for about 20 miles before it even took the regen restriction away. So that was just about 5 miles ago. And that means the battery is certainly still not at the perfect temperature for supercharging. But I'm leaving the navigation on to the supercharger right now, but I'm driving the other direction. And obviously the navigation now tells me, oh, you need to make a U-turn, you need to turn around here, you need to turn around there. But I just leave that on, and I can hear the whining coming from the motor. The whining means it's running the motor a little bit inefficient to create more heat, and that heat will help to warm up the battery. So I'm just gonna ignore what the navigation tells me, and I'm going to drive down to Harbor Freight, get my welding blanket, and then I will be driving back up the same way here. And that's when I will will have to make my decision about what's this guy doing. Whoa, he lost a package or something. Oh yeah, the box blow out of the back of his truck up here. This guy in the Nissan there. Dang. All right, let's get around them now. There we go. But yeah, so we are at 68% right now. So when I get back up, or probably 1% less or so, and I might just plug in for about 5 minutes or so, just to get a little bit more, so I can make definitely Butte safely with going the speed limit. Not always knowing what to expect around, you know, on 150. Actually, from here it's only about 120 mile drive, so never really know what to expect. Maybe we need a few extra percent. Since we are in Montana and could be a ways away from everything, we want to play that a little bit safer. If this would be somewhere, you know, I don't know, along the East Coast or the West Coast, I wouldn't worry too much about it. There is so many options to charge, so many places to find help if something goes wrong. But here in Montana it's a little bit different, so having an extra few percent is always a good thing. Okay, we have arrived here. It says charge for 10 minutes, and then it still only estimates 1% arrival in Butte. That seems a little low. We're at 65% now. We'll see how much we can get in 10 minutes. Let's go to the trips here real quick. So we only drove 31 miles, used 11 kilowatt hours at 355 watt hours per mile. It's pretty high because we've been driving on the interstate mostly. So we were mostly going 80 miles per hour here for this little short trip, and then the preconditioning was on. So I'm not sure how much that uses, but it certainly will decrease the efficiency a little bit, because it's got to generate heat somehow, and heat means it's got to use power, and that power comes from the battery. So let's get plugged in here really quick so we can get some juice in. Here we go. It tells us again the 10 minutes. And we get, oh, we're doing pretty decent here. We're getting, oh, look at that. We're doing pretty darn good. I like it. For being at 64%, getting 88 right now. 88 kilowatts right off the bat. That's pretty good. I like that. Not sure how well preconditioned the battery is, so this is pretty good. So yeah, and it is noon right now, so by 12:10 we should be able to unplug, and we'll see how much charge we got. The Tesla Supercharging session cost us $4.42 this morning, and we got what, 81. We were at like 65, so we only got about 16% in for $4.42, which, well, it went quick, but supercharging is not necessarily cheap, but it still ends up being cheaper than gas. welcome to also smoky Butte, Montana. So not much better here. We're now 1,250 miles from Missoula, but same thing here. Let's look at the trips here real quick. We drove actually only 118 miles, so it's 120 miles from Missoula, about. Used 34 kilowatt hours at an average of 287, which brings our total distance today of to 149 miles. Used 45 kilowatt hours at an average of 301 watt hours per mile. And we are here at, well, what's that? A broken charger. So what else could it be besides Electrify America? So let's charge really quick here. We need to get going. Actually, I can show you what it says here. For the supercharger, it was preconditioning the battery. Started about 4 miles ago, and it estimates a 20-minute stop for charging, and hopefully here we can get 350 kilowatts, and hopefully we can initiate that really quick, as fast as the supercharger, and we're out of here in 15 minutes. So let's go. It is super windy out here, which kind of sucks because yeah, well, wildfires and smoke. Even if the wildfires are not close, we definitely get the smoke if the wind's blowing like this. And woohoo, green blinking. I mean, in record time, I had to run up here, grab the CCS adapter out of the front, plugged it in, had to use the phone real quick to activate, and here we're going. I mean, oh, that is as fast as the supercharger. And the advantage now is 178 kilowatts right there. The supercharger maxes out at 150, and well, it probably would be like 140, maybe 145 or so. But now, oh, it went up to 180. So here we can get at least 30 kilowatts more than at the supercharger. And so hopefully that will cut down on our time. What is it here? 2:02. So we started maybe a minute ago, so like 2:01. And whoa, it just jumped to 188. Woohoo! Man, that's exciting. I like to see higher charging rates. Oh, now the fan came on the battery on the car here. It's dropping to 186, but this is exciting. This is what makes it interesting to charge at a Electrify America. And today actually it works, even though there's only 3 out of 4 working, but the 2 350 kilowatt chargers here show us working on the Electrify America app. So let's see, 2 p.m. so it's at 20 minutes in charge at the supercharger, and we'll see when the car tells us we can go on here how long that takes. And now you would expect a video to see what happened and how long it took and whatnot. But I guess somebody did something wrong. I guess it's this guy here in the video. For some reason there is a video missing in the sequence, and I have no clue what happened to it. But I remember this charging session, and luckily the Electrify America app is pretty darn good, so you can go back in the history and look at stuff as well. So I got some prices and stuff there. But so let me pull up the pictures here, the screenshots that I have from the app. As you can see on the left there, we added a total of 43 kilowatt hours, going from 29% to 88%. And well, yeah, this was a little bit longer. As we can see on the right second screenshot there, it says the total session time was 26 minutes. And yeah, I didn't need 88%. When I actually got there, I got there with 33%. So I pretty much overcharged quite a bit because the car estimated an arrival of 18% in Island Park, and I will arrive with 33%. So we got 15% extra charge there, which took a bit longer, which was my fault because, as usual, go to the bathroom takes longer than than charging. So yeah, but it was definitely faster. If I would have left on time, I would have saved about 4 or 5 minutes, because it was about 25% faster charging overall. So you definitely can save time if you can use an Electrify America 350 kilowatt charger compared to a 150 kilowatt supercharger. So there is time to be saved. And now for this charging session, this was $6.24. And at that time I had the Plan Plus, I think it was called, which was like $4 at the time. So you can save quite a bit of money by getting that plan. And Electrify America allows you to have that plan just for 1 month. So you can get it, then you can cancel it, and it will just go for a full month. And then you'll be back to the basics. So you can just get it for like a trip going on vacation. So, well, and now back to the video going to Island Park. Get to the cozy cabin, and it's estimating 32% to arrive, and I added the West Yellowstone Supercharger to it, and it tells me that I will get there with 21%. So plenty to make it there. That's why I charged a little bit extra at the Butte Electrify America, so I got enough to get there. We'll lose some while I'm at the cabin. I will have the car open a little bit. I gotta get my stuff out and then back in, and so there will be some lost right there, but we definitely have plenty to make it to West. And then by the time I get to West, it is probably going to be dinner time. It is now 10 minutes to 5 in the afternoon, and yeah, So I'm not sure how long this is going to take here, but as soon as I get there, I give you the stats and then I'll get to work. I'm here, cozy cabin. So it shows me still 21% to make it to the West Yellowstone Supercharger, which is 29 miles from here, and it's over a pass as well. Let's see, trips. Since last charge, 153 miles, 38 kilowatt hours used, at an average of 245 watt hours per mile. That is not too bad. Total driven 303 miles, used 83 kilowatt hours, so a bit more than the battery actually is. And we averaged 273 watt hours per mile. It is now 5:01. We got 32% left. And here it is, 89 degrees. Temperatures varied up to about, what did I see, 96 I think was about the highest I've seen. So it went up and down a little bit. Yeah, so relatively warm temperatures, so the climate control was on and the air conditioning obviously, so that used a little bit of juice, but we did just fine. And because I charged up a little extra in Butte, I can easily make it over to West Yellowstone. So total trip here now, we left about 11, it's 5 now, it's about 6 hours, and that includes the time for the detour going to Harbor Freight, shopping at Harbor Freight, and then because this was not a planned trip, I spent a few minutes at the Tesla Supercharger. And then guess what, I couldn't make it to Butte without the bathroom stop, so I had to stop for that. And imagine that, from Butte to here, I also had to make a bathroom stop. And there's all these people that tell me I can go 1,000 miles without stopping. Yeah, whatever. Most people need to go to the bathroom. Maybe not as often as me, but certainly you do need to stop for bathroom breaks, snack breaks, and all kinds of stuff. So I couldn't even make it from one charger to the next, so it's kind of funny. But anyway, I need to get to work here since it's already 5 in the afternoon. I gotta get going because I need to get back home today. So I'm off to work. So here a quick look of what I had to do. This is a metal bunk bed on the 2nd floor, and yeah, right, I had to weld a few of those, so that one was good, but one of these was completely broken out, and I had to weld that one on both ends, and some of the other ones that were cracked as well. Had to bring this yellow blanket, that's the one I went to Harbor Freight for. And luckily I got this handy dandy welder that works off 110 volts. So I can just plug it into the outlet right there. Unfortunately, this had to be on the 2nd floor, so I had to carry all this stuff up here. But yeah, that's what I came here for, just to fix the bed real quick. The job itself didn't take very long. It's more like getting it all ready and prepped and then getting it all put away again. So, okay. Well, that's what I did. Now I gotta load it all back up. All right, everything loaded. I think I'm ready to go. Sure forgot something. As always, there's always more to do than just the one thing we came here for. But I gotta make it back. Gotta go to work tomorrow. And it's already 6:29 here. I'm at 31% there, and it says it's gonna take 34 minutes to get over to West Yellowstone. That is only 29 miles away, and I should be there with 21%. So yeah, we gotta go over the pass right here. This area, that's the pass we're gotta go over, and then we'll get there. It says 8 available. Let's see. So nobody there, and this is only a 150, but there is not an Electrify America or any other DC fast charger anywhere near here at this time. So yeah, if I wouldn't have a Tesla, I would be kind of out of luck, because a level 2 charger takes several hours. And so with this here now, I can just drive over there. It's a half an hour loss basically driving there, but the distance from West Yellowstone to home is basically the same as from here to home. So then the driving distance from there or time will be about the same. It's just I gotta drive over there. That's the lost time mainly. So let's go. Coming back to Max Inn down here. Oop, the car didn't know where he wanted to go. So I gotta look for moose again. Chances are slim though, because it's still summertime and there's so many people here always at this time. And by the way, here at Max Inn, there's a little restaurant called The Parlor. And if you ever come through here, you gotta stop and try the Huckleberry Chicken Pizza. And no moose, just people. But anyway, The Parlor there, yes, at Max Inn here. Huckleberry chicken pizza. I wasn't sure if that is any good. I mean, huckleberries are good, chicken is good, mixed together on a pizza. I wasn't so sure, but it turned out it is really super tasty. So it's worth the stop and taste that pizza. Yep. And yeah, this is usually the place we see moose, but usually we don't show up in the summertime because we always have guests in the summertime. So we come in fall, or mostly even later fall. It depends on how many bookings we have and yeah, how late in the season people stay. But so yeah, late fall you get to see moose. Through the winter you get to see lots of moose all the time, because then there's nobody floating the river. Most places are closed around here, so very few people here compared to the summertime. So we get to see lots of moose at that time for sure. And then in spring there's a pretty good chance too, as it's still cold. At least nobody's floating the river till about July. So yeah, lots of moose, lots of wildlife here in general in Island Park. We're not in Yellowstone National Park, but still you get to see tons of wildlife here. So it's a great area to visit. Lots of options in the summertime to stay. Tons of places with cabins, lots of vacation rentals like ours. And well, obviously you should, if you decide to stay here at some point, you should book our cozy cabin. That's definitely the best place to stay. And yeah, right now it's a little smoky around here too. There is wildfires, so yeah, unfortunately. And a lot of wildfires are unfortunately human caused. That's even the worst part. So yeah, but it's you can't see the mountains really. That's not like hazy or anything. It is smoke, that's what it is. And usually we would see those mountains clearly from here. Yep, those are the mountains we have to cross there and get down to West Yellowstone, where I will be checking back with you. Made it to West Yellowstone, Montana. So we're back in Montana. This is a little neat town here. Pretty dead in the winter time. Super extra busy in the summertime. But neat little town for vacationing anyway. And if you want to rent ATVs in the summertime or rent snowmobiles in the wintertime, this is the place to come. So we're about to turn here on Canyon and we're almost at the Supercharger. And it's not too bad this time of the year. It's not too terribly busy anymore. But in the summertime, at 7 o'clock in the evening, those sidewalks are usually full of people, so you can't even fall over. it is decently busy, but not that bad. And driving past the grocery store, which I guess I could stop and get something and then go charge, but I've been sitting on my behind all day already. I need to walk some, desperately needed. So I'd rather go to the supercharger, plug in and get food, walk back, eat the food and get going. Then I have the least unused, wasted, whatever wait time. In the meantime, it looks like somebody showed up there. There's a Tesla there, even though it shows still 8 chargers here. Interesting. Well, this is here at the Wolf and Grizzly Discovery Center. And I guess I'm just gonna take the first charger right here. Sentry mode unavailable, insufficient charge. It's because we're at 20%, so that's not bad. We came in 1% below what it said. Let's go to trips. So now our total distance driven is 332 miles, used 90 kilowatt hours, and the average energy consumption was 271 watt hours per mile. And there's another one coming. Okay, we better get plugged in here. It's 7:04 right now. We could do navigation real quick. Let's navigate here. Let's see what it says. It tells us we need 20-minute charge here and then go to the supercharger in Butte, where we would need another 30 minutes. So I better get going and haul butt here down the road to get my dinner, because 20 minutes is is a short time, especially if you want to eat dinner. But whatever we gain extra here means we have less charging time there, so that will be fine. So I'll plug in and then get my food. All right, plugged in, ramping up. This is only 150. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, 137 was there real quick at a 150 charger. That's not too bad. So yeah, 20 minutes to starting my trip. So need to get the food now, definitely. Well, the car beat me again. Enough charge to continue trip. I just got back. It's 7:27 now. Still 82 out, so, but it's nice. There's a beautiful sunset too here. This is looking really nice. But yeah, the car is ready, and let's scroll down here. It tells us right there, 27% estimated arrival in Butte, which is pretty good. And now we only have a 20-minute estimated charge time there. So being at 78%, it's gonna slow down a lot here. We're only at 59 kilowatts now, but I'm hungry, so I got my walk-in. But now I need to eat something real quick, so I'll be here another 5-10 minutes before I leave, and then I'll get going. All right, we are at 92% because I'm a slow eater and slow walker. And supercharging cost $17.16 here in West Yellowstone. So let's look at this, and we should be arriving with 41% in Butte at 10:10 p.m. So I better get going. I got 145 miles to do to get there, and then we have a 15-minute stop in Butte. Look at this beautiful screen. Oh darn, now it went away. All right, it worked first try. I don't know, it was really cool. And we got 183 kilowatts there. All right, so we're not navigating anywhere, I guess. It says 45 minutes remaining. We are at 37%. Let's go back here. Oh yeah. So the car still wants to go to the supercharger, so we gotta give it a little bit until it will tell us how much. But according to the supercharger here, it says 20 minutes charge to at the supercharger to make it home. So we'll see here. We're going still 176. That is nice. Anything above 150 is great, because that means we're going faster, we're charging faster than we would at the supercharger. Right here there's 4 only open. That means now it says 5. Interesting. Here it says 5, down here it says 4. Yeah, kind of weird, but whatever, doesn't matter. I think we're also cheaper here anyway, because this here is 35 cents per kilowatt hour, while here we're paying per minute, I believe. I think like 24 cents. And at speeds that high, still above 150, that is great. We're going to be cheaper charging here than at the supercharger. And here we go again. There's a gap in the video sequence. Don't know what happened. The only person you can blame is the guy in the video. But anyway, what makes this even weirder, if that's a word, this charging session does not show in my Electrify America app either. And I don't remember exactly how long I charged or whatever, but probably about 20 minutes. We usually need about 80% to make it home from there. And there's always the option to actually stop in Missoula again 30 miles before home to get a little bit of additional charge if need be. But what is the takeaway from this video? Well, it is important to see that even if your car is not fully charged, you can actually make unexpected trips, maybe with an extra charging stop like we had in Missoula. But overall, it was a pretty simple trip. The usual DC fast chargers certainly help. And what is important also, if you're a Tesla owner and you can take advantage of the 350 kilowatt Electrify America chargers instead of using the 150 kilowatt Tesla Supercharger, you can actually save about 5 minutes per charging stop. If you're on a long trip, this can add up quite a bit. You can also go watch our video from our 900-mile road trip from home here in Montana to southern Utah in St. George. That was 900 miles in a day, and going there we used Electrify America chargers because Tesla Superchargers were mostly 150 kilowatts, and so we could get faster charging speeds on Electrify America and thus travel maybe a little bit faster. So go check that video out if you'd like to see more travel videos. Also here in the near future, we'll have another video coming where we'll be traveling 1,000 miles in a day from home to Las Vegas, Nevada. And so that will be another interesting trip. Not sure yet if we're using superchargers from Tesla or if we use Electrify America's DC fast charging network. We'll see. But in any event, road tripping is pretty easy in an electric car. So I hope you liked that video. Please make sure to give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button below the video. If you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button, please. help us to grow this channel and spread the word about electric cars, that they are actually really easy and much more convenient than any internal combustion engine vehicle. In any event, thank you for watching. Goodbye.